warm welcome to this episode of ETStudios powered by Kyndryl, coming to you from ETCIO Annual Goa 2024. I'm your host Divina Lasson. Now in this series, we're thrilled to bring you conversations with India's leading CIOs to get you unique and exclusive industry insights. Today we're here to discuss AIOPs, revolutionizing IT operations with artificial intelligence. It's my pleasure to welcome our guests today who are going to help us demystify AIOPs. Hitesh TK, CIO, Vodafone India, and Rajeev Jayaraj, Program Controller, Kyndryl India. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for joining. It's a pleasure to have you today. Gentlemen, welcome to ETStudios. It's an absolute pleasure to have you today. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Yeah. So, we're here to talk about a really interesting and very relevant topic today, which is AI Ops. And I think no better speakers than the two of you to really help us deep dive how artificial intelligence for IT operations, is being touted as really the future and the absolute transformer when it comes to IT operations.
A couple of decades back, the automation started. It is primarily at that point of time, it is a business process automation. We used to call BPA and eliminate a people dependency and fulfilling an end-to-end operation. But then when you look at it today, when the way whether a telco has grown, whether the banking sector had gone, UPIs have come up and all that, the volume of business, size of IT application gone into a next level. That is where we are thinking, where we the need felt that the normal intelligence or what is the rule-based will not work, you need an artificial intelligence. And this is the time, and this is where we all started adopting AIOps, and we have to bring it. May not be much on business process, definitely on IT operation, we need to have AIOps. So that is where we are right now, and that is our journey. We started a year back and started getting on to AIOps right now.
Very exciting. So just to sort of summarize, can you give us a full insight into where we is at right now in your automation?
So we are in the process of identified the areas where we need to get AIOps, and this is AIOps is not something like the way we talked about business process automation or an RPA. You need proper engines, you need proper data collection, you need proper process and everything oriented it. So that is why we are partnering with companies like Kyndryl and all that, because we need engines and tools to do it. Rest all, you can think or you can write a small script and all you can do it. So right now we are partnering with companies like Kyndryl and all using their tools and bringing AIOps in our environment.
All right. Very exciting. So Rajiv, let's get you in on this. Speaking of tools, last September, Kyndryl has launched Kyndryl Bridge, which is extremely relevant, of course, to our conversation today. It's the industry's first open integration technology services platform that, of course, has to really offer organizations a whole lot more than what was being offered before. So could you give us a little bit of insight into Kyndryl
as you
Bridge?
rightly said, Kyndryl Bridge is the open integration technology services platform that we have introduced. It gives a greater insight for the customers to predict and act upon expertise in basically infrastructure deliveries, right? This is all based on the Kyndryl's data-driven insights and years and years of delivering infrastructure services to the T. So a CIO organization, few years back, the kind of dashboards that Kyndryl Bridge gives, it gives greater predictability, more insights into take quicker actions, and ultimately it leads on to a very more stable and reliable technology operations. So that's where Kyndryl Bridge, and especially for Vodafone Idea account, last year we did the integration, and I'm happy to say the results have been phenomenal. In fact, Kyndryl Bridge also integrates with other platforms, so that you get a very complete view of the entire IT estate, right? And thereby enabling to take quicker decisions, and basically to adapt to the market changes much faster, right? And improve operational efficiency, thereby optimizing your costs.
Okay, wonderful. Very exciting. So Hitesh, can you talk us through a little bit how it's been for you to integrate Kyndryl Bridge?
So I think
are there any specific areas where you can really see the enhancement in the operations?
Sure. So as Rajiv said, it all changed. Look at the operating environment where we are, because these are all large scale, and especially a telco will have a multi-vendor ecosystem, like multiple IT partners working for us and all that. And over a period, when this size and scale you operate, what we have seen that majority of incidents are happening because of manual error. A system will never ever fail. Technically, the system will never fail. It can fail because of end of life, end of support, but that is not the scenario. When there is a human makes a mistake, he doesn't follow an SOP, and that is where the failure and that is where the business disruption, service disruption happening. So the reason and why we gone into AIOps, because at least we said, why can't we do zero touch operation? Why in a machine someone has to touch it? Why there is a human intervention needed where system is designed to run it? But yes, but there can be exception, or a business scenario can change because of dynamic environment on which we are living. Like an IPL day, we all know the type of traffic what we need to handle. It may not be the same on a next Sunday where there is no match. So how to bring it all the dynamics and put together, and that is where we thought, okay, we need this type of tool, because we operate with the Kyndryl, we have a TCS, multiple partner. How we connect everyone together to a single engine, so that we drive operation through intelligence and then an AI, so that you can start predicting. The most important part of AI is it will start predicting. Many of our other automation is more reactive. You get an incident, you identify it, and then you start reacting to it and then recovering it. Maybe your time to recovery can be reduced. But in a prediction, the biggest advantage is you know the service is going to degrade, service may get disrupted, you prevent an incident. So that is the biggest advantage what we've seen after adopting onto this AIOps platform.
Wonderful. Of course, prevention better than cure
Yes,
always.
yes, of course.
Absolutely. Rajiv, so in that case, can you really just help us encapsulate how Kyndryl Bridge is enabling businesses just to make better decisions, more efficient, faster, again, going really to the root of things, mitigating risks altogether. So just an overview of that.
So Kindle Bridge uses AI to expedite these automations, enhance efficiencies, and basically fortify security across the entire delivery operations. Last year, we had, fortified quite a lot of partnerships, with industry leaders. To name few, Amazon Web Services, AWS, we have a strategic, multi-year collaboration. We have an AI readiness program with Microsoft. These things got inked last year. We have partnership with Google Cloud to develop enterprise AI solutions, basically solutions around enterprise AI. Recently, we had partnered with NVIDIA on adoption of Gen AI solutions. So these things I'm sure will take us along in this journey towards automation.
So Rajiv, then can you help us really get a clearer picture of how, what kind of outcomes you're seeing in organizations post-implementation of the
Sure.
solutions?
So in fact, the statistics are so encouraging. After execution of this AI ops on Kindle Bridge, I mean, there have been overall 20% ticket reduction. There have been 50% event noise reduction. In fact, the entire health checks are automated to the 100% extent actually. There is a cognitive assignment engine is running with a 97% efficiency. In fact, service view journey is enabled for all critical apps, so that you have the highest level of operational commitments. There is a consistent 99.9% change success achievement. 25% of the BAU task automation has been accomplished. For example, patching, compliance scan, or automation automated on demand. So I mean, we have achieved many of these things, which till few years back, I mean, it was like very difficult to achieve with the resources that we have. Maybe Hitesh,
So
you
maybe
may want
just
to
add upon to Raji. Raji was more coming from a technology and from a implementation or an success percentage point of view. I think let's look at it from an business or an IT point of view. The benefit to what we see, typically IT floor, like a production factory, it runs with a lot of noises. Noises, I'm not making the human noise, but you will get a lot of alerts. Something say the memory is overshooting or this running slow, TPS increasing. So a lot of noises will be there. And then what will happen over a period of time is like you run behind all noises or alerts. And some may be false positive, some may be real alert, you have to do it and all that. The real part, when he talked about ticket reduced by 25%, compliance gone to 99%, real part is The AIOPs gives that intelligence. Which alert you need to act first, or you are working on an alert, but at the same time, there's another alert comes that is more critical. If you don't address, if you address that, this can be prevented. So this is the good part of this. So typically, one, as I said, one is preventing an incident. Now, even there is an incident that happened, the time to recover. So ultimately, that matters. Like you may get an error when you're browsing or you are doing a transfer, you get an error, but you will definitely retry after 2 minutes. But if that time is successful, your dissatisfaction level goes down. Otherwise, again, it's failed and you get more dissatisfied. So the MTT, we call it as MTT, mean time to recover. So the second part, one is you prevent. Second part, it is how do you reduce the recovery time so the service is up and running in the minimal disruption. And these are the two things where we see there's a bigger contribution by AIOps, because that intelligence, because it knows these type of incident happened in the past, and this is the step you taken. Don't get into the 20 steps, straight away go to the 21st step and then recover it. So this is the way this is getting complemented to our organization right now.
Wonderful. Thanks for those examples. And just to ask you a little bit more of your personal examples, your personal experience, how do you really go about ensuring that you have AI implementation in your teams, in your functionality? Are there any best practices that you can share with us, with our viewers today?
Yeah, right. So same. I think, as I said, this is automation is a word running for decades, but how we make it success, or how you make it a part of each and every team member, and then how we adopt. So that is where what we doing. I mean, what we've been pushing everyone is this has to become in your culture.
Wonderful. Thank you.
In fact, just to add to what Hitesh said, we publish a quarterly newsletter, and where these these accomplishments are recognized from both sides, both from Vodafone Idea technology side as well as the Kyndryl side. And apart from a feel-good factor, actually, it motivates people to develop this culture which Hitesh is talking about. So this is all about developing, making it your DNA.
Rajiv, on that note, before we wrap up, could you help us just sort of summarize how you see the demand moving forward when it comes to AI, when it comes to automation in the industry? Of course, from your vantage point, working with so many organizations. So what's the demand looking like? And do you see this as a sustainable trend? And the uptick, do you see this continuing as we move forward?
I think more than sustainable, I think this is the way to go, right? I mean, there is no debate around, whether I have any choice to go this way or not. So, enterprises are realizing the value of AI, and automation in deriving data insights. While the data was always there, getting more insights is what these things, Kindle Bridge, is, enabling you to do.
To quickly to summarize, I think it is not an option now. It's a must. Every organization has to embrace this, and they have to be on AIOps. If they are running, whether it's a small IT landscape or a large IT landscape, it's a must, because technology is changing. As you said, the security, the vulnerability is increasing. So we have to adopt to AIOps, and that is the way forward. Thank you.
Right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you for a very insightful and informative session. I'm sure there's a lot of very valuable points for our viewers today. Thank you for being with us on ET Studios.
Thank you very much.
All right, on that note, that's all we have for you in this episode of ET Studios, powered by Kyndryl. But do stay tuned for more in-depth conversations with India's leading CIOs, all here at CIO Annual 2024 in Goa. Until next time, many thanks for watching.